The data below show the body weight of calves obtained from the teaching and the research farm. Calculate the mean, the variance, the standard deviation, the standard error of mean, and the coefficient of variation. To solve this question, the first thing is to remember your formula. Don't forget that the formula of mean is given by this. Mean, which is x bar, is equals to summation fx all over n. And the formula for variance is given by S is equals to x minus x bar into bracket all squared all over n minus 1. Don't forget that the formula for standard deviation is the square of variance. So standard deviation is equals to S is equals to square root of x squared. So to get the standard error of mean, you can use this formula, standard error of mean, standard error of mean, let me put it like this, is equals to variance all over the square root of n. And after knowing the standard error of mean, you can calculate the coefficient of variation by this formula. The coefficient of variation is given by coefficient of variation is given by is equals to 100 multiplied by the standard deviation. So therefore, after knowing all this formula, you can proceed to compute your table. Don't forget that the body weight is x. The body weight of the calf is x. Now I'm going to have the first table, the first column here, the body weight. X will be the body weight. That is body weight. The body weight of the calf. So this is all the data for the body weight of all the calf. After creating the first column as the body weight of all the calf, you go back to your formula. The first thing is that we want to calculate the mean, and the formula for mean is summation fx all over n, where summation fx is the summation of all the values of the body weight. After summing the value of the body weight, you are going to divide it by the count of all. In that case, I'm going to sum all these: 22.5 plus 20.8 plus 18.4 plus 19.6 plus 22.7 plus 22.0 plus 23.6 plus 19.0 and plus 19.9. That is 188.5. So I have gotten summation fx. Now, how do we get the value of n? Will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The value of n is 9. Therefore, the mean can be calculated by x bar. X bar is equals to summation fx, which is 188.5 all over the n, which is 9. So I'm going to have 188.5 all over 9. So the x bar, which is mean, is equals to 188.5 divided by 9 is 20.94. So therefore, the value of mean is 20.94. Now, how do we calculate the variance? Don't forget that the formula for variance is x minus x bar into bracket all square all over n minus 1. Therefore, from this formula, find what I have in my table. Don't forget that from the variance formula, I have x minus x bar squared. So the first thing is that I want to calculate the x minus x bar. Don't forget that x bar is 20.94. Therefore, the formula for these cells, I'm going to have 22.5 minus 20.94. So after subtracting the body weight, which is x, from the mean, which is 20.94, I get the value for this column. Now the next column is x minus x bar squared. Therefore, I'm going to square all these values and get the value for this column. After that, I can proceed to use the formula. Of this column, which is x minus x bar squared. The next step is to sum all these values together. Don't forget, from the formulas of variance, we have summation x minus x bar square. Therefore, I'm going to add all these values together. 26.93. Now, I can proceed to calculate the variance. And the formula for variance is summation x minus x bar squared all over n minus 1. And I've already gotten the x minus x bar squared, which is the summation is 26.93. So variance x squared is equals to 26.93 all over n minus 1. Don't forget that n is the numbers of the curve available. That is the total numbers of the curve. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So n is 9. So I'm going to have 9 minus 1. So x squared is equals to 26.93 all over 8. So x squared is equals to 26.93 divided by 8. 26.93 divided by 8. That is 3.36. 3.36 approximately. That is 3.37. 3.37. So now, after getting the value of the variance, don't forget that standard deviation is the square root of variance. In that case, s, which is the standard deviation, is equals to square root of x squared. So standard deviation s is equals to the square root of x squared, which will be the square root of 3.37. So I'm going to have square root of 3.37. So s, which is the standard deviation, is equals to square root of, that is 1.84. So the standard deviation is 1.84. Now, how do we get the standard error of mean? The standard error of mean is the standard deviation over square root of n. And don't forget that the standard deviation is 1.84. Our standard error of mean, SEM, is equals to S. The standard deviation is 1.84. So I'm going to have 1.84 all over the square root of n. N is 9. So I'm going to have all over the square root of 9. So the standard error of mean, which is SEM, is equals to 1.84 all over 3. So the standard error of mean is equals to 1.84 divided by 3. That is 0.61. So the standard error of mean is equals to 0.61.